Good afternoon, everybody. I've been thinking for a while about doing a series of videos to help caregivers for dementia and Alzheimer's patients. And I thought I would start the first one off. I'm just going to give you one tip at a time, so I don't want to overwhelm you. So we're going to title these Trick or Treat. And you might ask, why trick or treat? It's not Halloween. But like with a kid, sometimes you have to trick them to get them to do what you need them to do, but it always ends with a treat. So I thought I would start with hygiene today. Just like a toddler or a child or a baby that hadn't learned to speak yet, they can't tell you if they're hungry or they need changing or they have diaper rash or they're hurting. Just like a dementia or Alzheimer's patient can be. So you have to almost regress with them to progress with them and find out and know ahead of time the things that could be going on with them. So the first tip that I'm going to share today, it's like having a child. You want them to eat their broccoli, but they don't like the smell of it. They don't like the taste of it. So you might have to cover it with cheddar cheese or something, or a cheese sauce to get them to eat it. Well, these videos are kind of like that. They're getting you to the destination you need to go to, but maybe taking a detour or going around to get there. I never thought that my job, being a receiving manager for a big box lumber company for around 30 years, would help me when it came to being a caregiver. But I want to scratch that term caregiver. I heard the word care partner the other day at a seminar I was at, and I like that better because that's including that patient with you. You guys are partnering together to help with their health. And so that's what this series is called. Okay, so how many parents have I got out there? So if you've ever been a parent, you've changed 1 or 10,000 diapers. I've never had children, but I have a lot of nieces and nephews and a lot of great nieces and nephews, so I've changed my share of diapers. And that's what this tip talks about. We got this tip from our nurses, our hospice nurses, Brandy and Ray, and it worked tremendously with Mom. It didn't hurt her. So you kind of have to think ahead before you have the need. So if you have children, you know what this is. It's A&D ointment. And if you know what this is, you're already halfway there to the tip that I'm fixing to talk to you about. But this item is used for children. And you'll find a lot of the things that I did with my mom that you can do with an Alzheimer patient or a dementia patient. You can also, it pertains to children, because a baby can't talk. Sometimes a dementia or Alzheimer's person can't talk or get their thoughts out, so you have to do it for them. I can remember one of the Mom and I, before she got really bad, had all the heavy talks that we needed to have, and one of them was, do you remember, Mama, when we were kids and you and Dad, we had to depend on you guys because we were defenseless to know what was best for us. Now there'll come a time as your memory deteriorates, that you're going to have to depend on us and know that we're doing the right things for you. So I just started researching all that I could, and every tip and trick I could learn, I learned, because I wanted to make the journey for my mom. I wanted to walk along with her until the very end. And so I'm proud of myself that I was able to do that. I made a promise to her as a kid that when she got old, I was never going to let her sit around and wither away. And I thank God that He allowed me to retire long enough to take care of her, and I was able to make good on that promise. Okay, if you work in the medical field and or a memory center or a nursing facility, or you're a caregiver, you probably know what this stuff is. It's called moisture barrier cream. Well, if you've ever had to use it, you know it's almost like having to sandblast it to get it off. So the tip and the trick is, get you a plastic container like this that you can keep by their bedside. You take a tube of the moisture barrier cream and a tube of the A&D ointment. One's for children, that's petroleum based, like Vaseline. One's for the elderly. But really, when you put the two together, they have the same effect. They both are medicines to get rid of diaper rash, or if they have any kind of rashes from incontinence. And so all you do is take a tube of each, squeeze them into your plastic container, take a spoon or a tongue depressor that you can usually find at a hobby shop, and mix it together. And what happens is, both the ingredients in both work the same way. One's usually for a child, one's usually for an adult, but when you mix the two together, those medicines work hand in hand to do the same thing. The only difference is, by adding the A&D ointment to the moisture barrier cream, it has a petroleum base, the A&D ointment does, and helps you get the moisture barrier cream off of your Alzheimer's dementia patient a lot easier. And I don't know about you, but I can think of somebody, if they're just using the moisture barrier cream and it's so hard to get off, that's going to hurt. Even worse if you have a rash. But if you add a product that has petroleum in it, it's going to end up wiping out. You won't believe how easy it'll come off. You can use a wipe. I suggest trying to find some with aloe in it that helps with burning, so that'll take some of the discomfort away. If you're dealing with hospice, they bring you the big wipes, like the body wipes, and you can use those also. But that's today's trick, is using the A&D ointment for the kids with the moisture barrier cream for the elderly. And you'll find out in a lot of these videos that I talk a lot about the things that you use for children, you can also use for adults. Because what is an adult that's elderly, that has dementia or Alzheimer's? One is aging forward, one is aging backwards. But sometimes you can combine the two products and come up with a greater solution that will help you with your dementia or Alzheimer's patient. So I hope this trick-or-treat video helped you today. It always starts off, you don't want to say you're tricking them, but really you have to trick them to get the desired effect that you need to help them with. And really, you're helping them, you're not tricking them. But they don't really know what's going on. They can't tell you what's going on. So you have to use your mind to think ahead. I used to aggravate my mama about being OCD and ADHD. I'm one of those people, I can be reading a book or something and talking and saying, once upon a time, oh, there's a butterfly. That's how my brain works. Well, my brain also works on thinking ahead, looking at products when I'm in a store to see how could they help a dementia or Alzheimer's patient. So I hope this trick helped you today to get the moisture barrier cream off them easier. Mix it with A&D ointment with the petroleum base. You can also use mineral oil. I researched it and read the other day where that works also. So try this tip and trick and see if that actually helps with your care partner that's helping you along, because when they can't speak, you've got to be their voice. So hope everybody has a great Mother's Day weekend, and I will see you next video where we'll talk more about hygiene. Y'all have a good day.